Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have our speaker joining us online, Alphan, talking about the future of finance and crypto banking. Alphan is probably with us online now. Alphan, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you for the introduction. I wish I had managed to be there. I was really looking forward to be there and meeting with all of you and understanding about the crypto community in Poland. But unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I had a problem with the visa application, so even though I just managed everything, planned everything, I couldn't make it. I was just listening the previous speech, the fellow speaker. I didn't understand anything because it was in Polish, but it seems like it was very inspiring. I hope the things that I will be mentioning about will also going to be interesting for the audience that are listening to me. So my name is Alphan Göğüş. I'm the regional general manager of CryptoBanking. I'm located in Turkey, in Istanbul, but also CIS region is somewhere that I have some certain responsibilities. Within this presentation, I'm going to be talking about the crypto banking. It's not going to be a very detailed one, but I think it is a very valuable concept that will affect each of us as a user or as an individual that has some business or interest into the crypto or blockchain based businesses. So probably the main thing starts with the invention of Bitcoin, as most of the discussions and the things that we can say about. So starting from the very beginning, there was always a discussion and also a direction. Some people, especially Bitcoin maximalists, said that it's going to disrupt the system, it's going to revolutionize the financial system. And some people said that it's going to be an evolution. So it was always a discussion point whether it's going to disrupt or whether it's going to create an evolution on the existing system that we are working. But from my perspective, my understanding, the world is not just like the world that we have seen at the very first 2 decades of 21st century. It is changing in different directions at different geographies in different countries and regions, and I'm expecting that, and some part of the world it will revolutionize. It's going to disrupt the existing structures, and at some certain regions, it's more about the evolution of the system. So. Yeah, I mean, the future of finance, I said it is going to be the future of finance that I am going to be talking about. It's going to be about the crypto banking. So this is what this is all about. So today, when we look around to the finance world, there are several different stakeholders in the financial industry. The first one is, the regulators, central banks, these parties that are part of or independent part of the states itself. And we have companies, financial institutions, crypto exchanges, credit card companies, which are private companies that we see, and we are also seeing hardware vendors in the whole structure. And with the help of the technology, with improvements on the technologies, we are also seeing that the financial sector had also developed itself a lot. And now we are seeing, the crypto exchanges as the players. We are seeing decentralized exchanges. We are seeing DeFi and so on. And when we started to think about what these parties are doing, the regulators and central banks are much more interested on understanding the technology, assessing the risks and opportunities for themselves and for the people that they are regulating, and obviously CBDCs are the main points that they are working on, And yesterday we had also seen a significant move at US and that side. I think that also proves about their interest on both the technology and also CBDCs. On the other hand, we are seeing that China had already done a lot of work around CBDC there. They launched their own pilot programs and they're testing it on the daily life. They're even airdropping their money to the population. That's very interesting to see. Financial institutions are trying to figure out new business models that they can offer to their users, their customers, and they're also trying to increase the efficiency of whatever they're doing. And cryptocurrency exchanges, they are much more like trying to position themselves as financial institutions and try to create a compliant setup. They are trying to acquire licenses all around the world. And credit card companies are much more focusing on obviously on the payments. And we are seeing that Visa is adding USDC stablecoin. They are trying to increase their interest on blockchain-based operations. And hardware vendors are enabling crypto features within their products to make sure that the products, the hardware tools that they're producing are also supporting the crypto services. The reason why I just summarize where we are right now, when we say about crypto banking, it creates the feeling that it is something that is going to be happening in the future. But when we think about all those examples about those parties' position and what they're trying to do, I'm trying to say that this evolution about the crypto banking had already started. So what is this about? What is this crypto banking about? I think we can just position two different separate worlds in the last couple of years. I mean, there was one, the gigantic financial institutions that you have, all those parties like the regulators, the banks, etc. And there was this crypto industry with those exchanges and the traders, ICOs, etc. Now we're seeing that those two parties are starting to close to each other, and we are seeing some intersection points of those two areas. So what are the initial stages? What are the initial things that they are going to be doing for services? It's all going to be about providing crypto-enabled services, and custody services will probably going to be the most the very first stage that will be focused on providing a compliant custody service. And user-centric financial approach, especially focusing on crypto people, will going to be the initial things that the crypto banks will be doing. So that is why I'm saying that it is a new identity for traditional banks and neobanks, because these traditional banks and neobanks will need to approach to those topics when they are trying to have a share within this crypto banking industry. I got this infographic from a research report of Deloitte. I think it explains the structure very well in one slide. So this is all about how to use the digital assets. I mean, the cryptocurrencies, utility tokens, stablecoins, CBDCs, etc. So as illustrated, the players are the banks and crypto service providers will need to go and create some infrastructure, just like the infrastructure that the cryptocurrency exchanges are using today. And those infrastructures will need to be processed over public protocols. I should also remind that a couple of years ago, it wasn't the approach. A couple of years ago, it was more about private blockchains that they were trying to build their structure, but now I'm seeing that it has been changing significantly from technical perspective. And when they have all this structure, I mean, when the players have the infrastructure that has been created based on the public protocols, they will be able to reach to their end user, like consumers, corporates, asset managers, and investors. So this is probably the way that is going to be structured. So each stakeholder will try to create a box within this info graphic. But I don't think that it's going to be very easy for financial institutions, especially for those giants. And I think that's why most of them are trying to create separate divisions and companies to make sure that it's not going to disrupt each other, because because they will need to embed the idea of crypto into their DNA, but it's not easy because they have been trained for a different way of doing business, and they are evaluating the business in a much more different way than we are, the crypto people. So it cannot be, I don't think that's going to be very easy. And I'm still seeing so many question marks at their ends. They will need to learn a lot from the crypto industry, especially from the cryptocurrency exchanges. And probably the most important thing that they will need to get used to is being agile, because the crypto industry is very, very agile. It is very fast. It is 24/7. The agenda is changing every single day. There are many different and new risks that they need to think about, and the users are much more demanding than they used to face. And once they get into action, probably the initial business models that they will be going for will be about tokenizing the assets and the liabilities, creating blockchain-based finance via collateralized crypto assets, and blockchain-based crowdfunding will probably going to be the initial business models that they will be targeting for. On the other hand, it's also not very easy for cryptocurrency exchanges as well, because they have been operational for, the longer, on the average, let's say 5 or 6 years, and they get used to operating in environments without any regulation, so compliance was never been an issue for them. So I think.
Okay. Ale dla giełd to też nie będzie takie proste, dlatego że nie są przyzwyczajone do jakichś kwestii compliance, regulacji, więc też będą musiały poświęcić trochę czasu na to.
Realizing the regulated environment will be the main challenge for the exchanges. For 2022, I think the regulations will be the main thing that the whole community will be talking about, and stable coins will be the initial point that the discussions will take place. And I'm considering that the clarification of legislations will create a lot of opportunities for the existing cryptocurrency exchanges. So we have this blockchain technology that can improve and boost financial business models with the right design. I think that's the main understanding of the whole concept, using technology, increasing the efficiency and increasing the profitability, and giving the right equal service to individuals at the same time. So this is something that the blockchain technology based business models are trying to go for. I think we can compare this with the usage of internet when it has been used when we start to use it in our daily lives. With the rise of internet and banking, internet banking and mobile banking, we have seen that the branches of banks becomes sales points. Previously, it wasn't like that. Previously, the branches were acting like independent units, but with the help of the technology, they just become sales points. So with the blockchain technology, we can say that the technology. I mean, those DeFi protocols and creating a transparent system based on code can abolish the need for headquarters for banks, and which will eventually increase the efficiency of those banks, and it's going to increase the speed, and it's going to decrease the cost for the users. I think remittance business is a good example for that, where crypto business increases the efficiency of the cross-border transactions, where you are able to send millions of dollars or just a couple of $100 in a couple of seconds with very limited costs. Here in this presentation, it is just showing how it is. They are just this presentation. This slide is just comparing the cost and the speed of remittance. And as you can see in the chart, it is much more efficient for small users. I mean, for small transactions and for large transactions at the same time. Today, there are some samples that we are seeing that are focusing on crypto banking in Switzerland, in the United States. And we are seeing that they are focusing on brokerage, interest and staking, crypto lending, crypto fiat payments and tokenizations. And I'm expecting to see more interest and additional players in EU region as well very soon. And here in this chart, we are seeing the top 55 of the 100 banks globally that have invested in blockchain companies. And when you just look at the details about what they're doing and what they are focusing, as I said at the very beginning of this presentation, it is all about custody that they are focusing about. And who are we? We are building the future of finance with the functionalities, with the products that we own and offer to our users. All these wallets, borrowing and lending, staking, and incubation center kind of stuff. We are getting ready for the new era of finance. And the next steps, we are seeing DeFi as a $100 billion territory that everyone is looking forward to dive. So probably that's the biggest market that everyone is focusing. CBDCs, China and US, they are going for that. I think in Euro, it will take a little bit more time, but obviously they're also getting to there. And we are saying that the future is, I mean, this is just a process. It is going to happen in the maybe 5 or 10 years. So it's better not to think that these things are something that are going to be happening in the future, but the things that better to focus and create different ways of business. So that's all I have for you today. I hope it was interesting and helpful. I'm always very open to receive questions. So if any, I'm much more than welcome to answer here or on LinkedIn or anywhere you would like to find. Thank you.